Looking back now, all the signs were there, but I was blinded by love. Or maybe I just did not want to see. Pierre was my soulmate, or so I thought. We had the perfect LA relationship, glamorous, exciting, and full of promise. We'd spend our days exploring the city, holding hands and laughing together. He was charming, successful, and made me feel like I was the only woman in the world. I remember the day we closed on our first house like it was yesterday. It was a dream come true. We'd worked so hard for it, and I thought we were on the same page. But little did I know, Pierre had been hiding a secret from me. A big one. At first, everything seemed perfect. He'd come home from work, tell me about his day, and we'd spend the evening cooking dinner together. But over time, I started to notice subtle changes. He'd always be extremely protective of his phone, never letting me see his texts or calls. He'd leave the room to text someone back, saying it was just work-related. And whenever I asked to meet his coworkers, he'd brush it off, saying they were all boring and I wouldn't find them interesting. I tried to brush it off, thinking I was just being paranoid. But deep down, I knew something was not right. I just did not want to believe it. I thought I was being supportive, giving him the benefit of the doubt. But then, things started to shift. He'd look at me with this distance in his eyes, like he was a million miles away. And when I would try to talk to him, he'd just nod and smile, telling me everything was fine. But it was not fine. I could feel it. It started with little things. He'd cancel plans at the last minute, saying something came up at work. Or he'd be vague about his day, telling me he was busy with meetings. I tried to be understanding, but it was getting harder and harder to ignore the feeling that something was off. And then, one day, I saw him take off his watch, and I saw the matching tattoo on his wrist. My heart stopped. It was a woman's name, Samantha. I felt like I would been punched in the gut. I did not know what to think or feel. All I knew was that I had to know more. I started to investigate, trying to piece together what was going on. That's when I found out about his new coworker, Samantha. He'd been hanging out with her a lot, and I had a feeling she was the one with the matching tattoo. I could not sleep that night, my mind racing with questions. Who was this woman? What was going on? And why was he lying to me? The next day I confronted him. I was calm, trying to keep my emotions in check. Pierre, we need to talk, I said, my voice shaking slightly. He looked at me, a mixture of guilt and innocence on his face. What's going on? He asked, trying to sound nonchalant. I took a deep breath. I saw your watch. The tattoo. Who is she? He sighed, rubbing his temples. It's nothing, okay? Just a coworker. We got tattoos to celebrate a project we worked on. But I was not buying it. I knew he was lying. And then, it hit me. He could not look me in the eyes anymore. He'd always been able to, but now it was like he was hiding something. That's when I knew I had to dig deeper. I started to snoop around, looking for any clues that might lead me to the truth. And then, I found it, a text message on his phone from Samantha. It was a simple message, but it said it all. Can't wait to see you tonight. I felt like I would been punched in the gut again. I could not believe he was lying to me, cheating on me, and hiding it from me. I did not know what to do or how to process it, but I knew I had to get out of there. I packed my bags, trying to keep my emotions in check. I was not going to give him the satisfaction of seeing me cry or beg. I was going to leave with quiet dignity. As I walked out the door, I felt a sense of freedom. I was finally taking control of my life, my relationship. I was going to confront him, but I was not going to let him dictate how I felt or what I did. I moved in with my sister, who let me stay with her until I got back on my feet. She was supportive, listening to me vent and cry. You deserve so much better than him, she said, hugging me tight. And then, I got a call from his ex-wife. I would never met her, but she'd heard about me through mutual friends. I just wanted to warn you, she said. Pierre has a pattern. He lies, cheats, and moves on. He's done it to me, and now he has done it to you. I was stunned. I could not believe it. But at the same time, I was relieved. I was not crazy. I was not overreacting. He was a liar, a cheater, and I deserved better. But what really hurt was that he'd been lying about his job for 3 years. 3 years. All of the late nights, the missed calls, the vague explanations, it was all a lie. And to think I would been supporting him, encouraging him, and believing in him. I felt angry, betrayed, and hurt. But most of all, I felt empowered. I was taking back my life, my relationship. I was going to confront him, and I was going to make him pay. The confrontation was interesting. I was calm, collected, and quiet. I did not yell or scream. I just looked at him, my eyes boring into his soul. You lied to me, I said, my voice low and even. You lied about your job, about your life. You lied about us. He looked at me, a mixture of guilt and shame on his face. I am sorry, he said, trying to sound sincere. But I was not having it. Sorry isn't enough, I said. You broke my trust, Pierre. You broke me. And then I walked out. I walked out of his life, out of his house, and out of his lies. I was free, finally free to start my life again, to rediscover myself. It's been a journey, a hard one, but I am stronger now, wiser. I know what I want, and I know what I deserve. And I know that I'll never let anyone take that away from me again.